Have you ever noticed how your brain seems to have a personal vendetta against happiness? Like it's constantly on the lookout for the next worry, the next thing to go wrong, the next imaginary problem that only it can see. And then when you're trying to enjoy something, bam, it throws in a helping hand of self-doubt or existential dread just to remind you that maybe you don't deserve to be happy. Or maybe you are happy, but you re not supposed to be because you have unspread the good vibes to everyone around you. I mean, isn't that the whole point of life? Spreading the good vibes? Now, before we dive into the world's easiest, most effective, totally BS-free guide to tricking your brain into being a bit happier, let's be real here. We all know that happiness is a complex emotion that doesn't come from a single source, and it's different for everyone. But here's the thing, your brain is kind of like a petulant child who throws tantrums until you give them what they want. So how do we outsmart that inner child and convince them that we're going to get them what they want, which is basically just happiness? Step 1. Give your brain exactly what it wants. Yep, you heard me right. Sometimes our brains love to ruminate on negative thoughts so much that it actually feels good to it. Kind of like that one time you got a splinter in your finger and you couldn't stop thinking about it for days. The more you tried to push the thought away, the more it came back. That's your brain being a little psycho. Instead of fighting those thoughts, embrace them. Give your brain exactly what it wants. Think about the splinter as much as you possibly can. Visualize it in all its glory. Imagine how much it itches and how you can't wait to rip it out. Okay, maybe that was a bad example since I don't know if you've ever had a splinter in your finger, but you get the idea. Give your brain what it wants, but in moderation. Just enough to satisfy its weird little splinter fetish. Step 2. Distract your brain with a mindless activity. Does your brain start to freak out when you have nothing to do? When it's left to its own devices, it starts to conjure up all sorts of wild scenarios in your head. One minute you're chilling, the next you're knee-deep in imaginary problems. So how do you escape this downward spiral? Simple. Find a mindless activity that doesn't require much brain power. Think of it as a distraction for your overactive imagination. Watch TV, play video games, or get lost in a good book. Anything that takes your mind off of your worries and lets your brain relax. Just make sure you don't get too sucked in and forget to live your life. Balance is key, my friend. Step 3. Trick your brain into thinking you have options. Does your brain get all up in your face when you're trying to make a decision? Like, why can't it just chill out and let you figure things out on your own? Here's a little hack. Write down all the reasons you want to do something, and then write down all the reasons you don't want to do that thing. For example, if you're torn between going on vacation with your friends or staying at home to work, list out all the awesome things about each choice. The pros, the cons, the hidden landmines. Once you've got it all written down, take a step back and look at the big picture. Bam, there's your answer. This little trick works because it makes your brain think it still has options, even though you've already decided what you're going to do. It's like a little psychological game of 20 questions that ends with your brain shutting up and giving you what you want. Remember, cultivating happiness is a journey, not a destination. So be patient with yourself and your brain. It might take some time to master the art of tricking your brain into being a little happier. But hey, once you do, it'll be worth it. And hey, if these tips don't work for you, you can always try the nuclear option, lobotomy. Just kidding. Don't do that. These tips should be enough. Or maybe you should watch another video. Why not? They're here for a reason.